Okay, so light blinks 3 times, and that means it's working. Oh, finally. Seriously, whose idea was it to make recording software complicated? Thanks, Trenforia. Uh, anyway, this is Star Captain Grips of the Lance. This is Star Captain Grips. By the sacred decrees of the Father King listed under the Codex on Tempera, a Star Captain maintains rank regardless of whatever faction or group they represent. So yeah, I'm still a Star Captain. Don't really feel like one though. Guess there's something about abandoning all of humanity in another galaxy and getting stuck in an alien prison. Makes me think, do I really deserve all that power? Well, what's done is done. Ugh, okay, fine. It's a lie. I can't get it out of my head. Let me try to piece this all together from the beginning. Might help me clear my head. Let's start with where I'm from. The Landstar. Put simply, it's a big ship. I can already hear Gilvar going, "Wow, Grips, you don't say." Shut up, Gilvar, you jerk. Alright, I admit it. I miss that guy. Anyway, the Landstar is a light in the darkness, the last bastion of hope, the senpai of humanity's dreams, yada yada. All you really need to know is that it's where most of humanity lives now, since the Earth was destroyed over 140 years ago. It is, or was run by 2 people, Father King Ryan and Mother Queen Stelia. They were humans who were gifted by the Genesis Forge with a unique power to never die. But after the Battle of the Crossroads, that turned out to be false. Ryan, the Father King, he sacrificed himself to save everyone. It was a dark day. And it wasn't just him either. As it turned out, the Father King saved everyone by teleporting everyone on board the Landstar to a galaxy about 100 million light years away from our own. Keywords being everyone on the Landstar. Since we were in the middle of a fight, there was a whole bunch of people that weren't on the Landstar when it was teleported. They probably think we're dead. We might think the same thing. I guess with 100 million light years between each other, we might as well consider each other dead. So many people lost their friends and family. We even lost 2 of our best star captains. Anyway, the Mother Queen, being the only one in charge of the Landstar, became the Overqueen, since she was in charge over the Landstar. If you get the terrible joke there. About 4 years go by. We're having to invent a faster form of travel since we lost the ability to travel into hyperspace. Long story. Side effect of being in another galaxy. We managed to get by through something called a phase shield. It kinda creates a pocket dimension for spacecraft, allowing objects to pass right through. It's no light speed, but it gets the ships to where they need to go without the hassle of going around anything. Yeah, things are progressing slowly, but they seem to be going well. The Overqueen definitely had the charisma to be a strong leader. But one day my old friend Gilvar approaches me and says Connie and I, that's his wife, are in talks about leaving the Landstar. They were going to a place called New Pangea. It was picked up by deep-range scans not long ago, and they planned on taking their closest friends with them, myself included. Now, aside from the fact that I had no intention of leaving the Landstar, I had to ask why. Why do you want to do that? He explained to me that the way things are being run on the Landstar right now is too similar to how tyrants got into power in humanity's past. It sounded nuts, but I don't know, I trust Gilvar with these things. He wouldn't just come up with some crazy conspiracy theory. Actually, now that I think about it, he hates those. I remember taking a moment, though, to think about what he said. I thought about it all. The Father King, the Overqueen, my friends on the Landstar, and before. Eventually, I told him, if this was any other situation, I'd call you crazy. To that, he didn't laugh back or even smile. He just said, I know. He looked really sad. At that point, I knew it was something he had been thinking and planning about for a while. Here's what he wasn't ready for. When he told his closest friends what he was planning on doing, those friends told their friends, those friends told their friends, and suddenly almost 500,000 people wanted to leave the Landstar with senior analyst Gilvar Moroza. Gilvar actually took it a lot better than expected. He was always a strong believer in the Father King's philosophies. I remember Connie was furious with him for being so lenient, though. But he just said, let them come if they want. Who am I to tell them what to do? It's a big planet after all. Man, if the Father King could have seen him then, he'd have whisked Gilvar into becoming a star captain right then and there. So, Gilvar had to rework the plan. It was essentially the same plan, but on a grander scale. Since the planet was 7,600 light years away, it was gonna take about 10 years for us to get there since we didn't have hyperspace anymore. Fortunately, we had a workaround. It was something. The idea was that we put all the ships on autopilot and set a course. Activate the phase shields, then we get everyone inside into stasis and wake them all up when we get there. Everyone except me, of course. Star captains don't age or need to eat or drink or sleep. I don't think we do anyway. So, I was supposed to play guard dog. We'd get there, I'd unstasis the landing team that helps everyone get set up for the colony, and then we begin our new lives. Gilvar called it Operation Are We There Yet? He was never good with names. The entire fleet of ships was 4 Utopia-class pteropods. Big ships filled with the necessary supplies and seats to get a colony set up. And about a dozen or so journeyman and militia-class ships as well, chosen personally by some of the others. Actually, one of them was mine, the Edgeson of Landstar. It's where I am now, actually. She's not the most reliable, seems to get into a lot of trouble, but she's still running, and to me, that's the hallmark of a good ship. But I can't say the run of bad luck has ended yet. For example, while we were traveling to New Pangaea, the phase shields on board malfunctioned. I needed to be able to travel safely with the fleet, so I was on the lookout for some help. I did find it on a planet that was a little ways out from the flight plan of the fleet, but when I got to the planet, I was arrested. And get this, when I confronted the guys that were arresting me, they said I was breaking the laws of Trenforia, whatever that is. Well, I found out, after a bit of a history search for my cell. I figured it all out. Turns out Trenforia is a company that makes and delivers pretty much everything I can think of in this galaxy. They've even got territory claims on certain planets, like the one I was on. Apparently, it's illegal to bring anything not made by them into their territories. So, anyway, they spouted a bunch of legal jargon at me, which is just them saying I'd get a lighter sentence if I gave up my ship. Well, there was no way I could do that. All the information I needed to get back to the fleet and the colony was there. If they saw any of it, who knows what would happen. Looking back, though, I probably should have done it. They imprisoned me for I don't know how long. They measured time differently here, so I could have been gone for 6 weeks, 4 months, a year, I don't know. Felt like a really long time, though. The good news is, if the fleet makes it to the planet before I get back, I set the autopilot to disengage stasis for the designated landing team. What I'm saying is me being gone wasn't an issue. The issue was when they released me. After being in there for what they called 1 stellar and 27 planetary cycles, I found out they picked my entire ship clean. Not only that, but they wiped all the data. Navigational, programming, even the chronometer, all of it is gone. Fortunately, knowing that I wasn't from around here, the Trenzavulons found it in their heart of hearts to give me their programming and navigational data for free. Of course, New Pangaea isn't marked anywhere. Their business cards and logos are all over the place now. Courtesy of Trenforia. Trademark. All rights reserved. Ugh. The worst part is, I still can't read a Trenzavulon chronometer. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't change times, and then for some reason at random intervals, the whole thing looks completely different. I don't get it. Oh, actually, there is one thing they didn't take. Probably because it looks like it's part of the ship. I better not say what it is. If someone sees this log and tries to take it, well, then I've lost my best defense. It'll also be a real hassle getting it back, too. I probably should keep my passages on the Landstar brief as well. So, for now, it stays a secret. So, to summarize, I've lost my friends, my family, my people, and a bit of myself in the process. I'm stranded in unfamiliar territory on a ship that I barely understand anymore, with no clue as to where anything or anyone is. What do we do now? I guess I'll figure it out if I explore the area. I'm probably gonna be out here for a long time. I could do some bounty hunting. A long time ago, I met a famous bounty hunter. He was a good guy. I wonder whatever happened to him. Forget it. Anyway, this is Star Captain Grips, audio log 1, I guess. Alright, how do I turn this thing off?